What is that one thing that if we focus on, we can really live a life that we want to? That is emotions. When you focus on your emotions, rather when you're in control of your emotions completely and beautifully, you can really, instead of reacting to someone, you are going to be calm and you would be responding to them. Hi, my name is Adya. Let's talk about how to keep your emotions in control. Now, this is not something that you can do it in a day, overnight, one day, one week. No, this is a continuous practice that we need to do for ourselves. Because just a few years ago, I was much more of an angry person. Keeping control of my emotions was something that I never understood. And 5 years down the line, I still do struggle with keeping my emotions under control. And a lot of times, where I do realize that I shouldn't be reacting to someone, I do sometimes end up reacting to them. But again, instead of thinking that, oh, that's just how I am, and no, no, you are an adult, and once you are grown up, you have reached a certain age, you need to take responsibility of the way that you behave. You cannot use your trauma as an excuse to treat someone badly. You cannot use your trauma, your problems, your anything to be rude to someone, to put them in trouble. You need to behave and take responsibility of yourselves, and that's where taking a control over your emotions come in. Now when we talk about emotions, what are we talking about? So there are 5 ways you can keep your emotions in control. The first is breathing. Now just think about it for just a second. What changes the moment you get angry? Your breath. What changes the moment you're happy? Your breath. What changes when you're nervous? Your breath. Your excitement, your breath. Every emotion, when you reach to that emotional level, your breathing pattern, your breath changes. So how about we flip it? If we want to get to that excitement level, if we want to get to that happiness level, instead of the sadness, instead of the anger, we change our breath. We focus on our breath. We are scared, change your breath, focus on your breath. Immediately start with breathing exercises. There are multitude of breathing exercises that are so simple yet so much important, and it helps us regulate our breathing and in turn regulate our emotions. Number 2, take a calming space. It is very important for you to have a calming space, a corner, a shrine, anything which is comfortable to you, where you can go and put yourself at peace in that space. This is a place where you know that once you have entered, you are in your own space. No one else is allowed here. This is your space. When you have that calming space, when you have that alone time, it is very important for you to have that space, be in that space, understand yourself, stay in that moment, feel the emotions that you're feeling. Never make the mistake of abandoning your emotions. Never make the mistake of keeping your emotions in the back burner and bottling them up, because that doesn't work. That does not work. You may think it's working, and it may work for the next 5 years of your life, but downright 5 to 10 years, you're going to become such a bitter person because of all the resentment that you have been keeping inside of yourself. So just do not believe the bullshit that you can keep your emotions bottled up and everything works out. No, it does not. Now or then it comes back. So you need to get in that space, understand your emotions, be present with them, sit with your emotions. Are you feeling sad? All right, why am I feeling sad? What is the sadness trying to tell me? Why did I get triggered by that person? Why were these words were something that uh, which I came across really bothered me? When you start questioning yourself with such simple questions, when you start questioning yourself rather than blaming someone else, when you start questioning yourself and be present and sit with them, you can understand yourself better. So you need to give yourself that calming space. Third, release the anger. Once you have understood why you are angry, why you are sad, what your emotions are, where they are coming from, it is very important for you to hold them and then release it. Once you release the anger, you're going to feel much better. There are a multitude of ways to release your anger. You can release your anger through simple things like dancing. Blast some music, dance to it. You can remove the rage through exercises, whether it's boxing, kickboxing, karate, anything that requires a lot of energy, or just going to the gym if that's your thing. Just release the anger. Another way to release the anger would be journaling. Journaling is a very beautiful concept that if you're not using it well enough, you would not find it effective. But when you journal out your feelings, you don't have to think and journal. Journaling is an art where you just bowl out whatever you want to write. You just write it on the piece of paper without having to think about it, without feeling like you are going to get a judgment on it. Just journal it out. Just journal your anger out. Fourth, it's a meditation that I would prefer. There are multiple meditation, but when you are in your emotions, you really should be focusing on a couple of meditations, especially the inner child meditation. Inner child meditation, the concept of inner child meditation is that all of us, inside of us, is this child that is present inside of us, who was probably neglected or abandoned at some point in our life, at some age in our life, which is still present in us. So the moment we get triggered with because of something, the moment we get angry because of something, or someone has crossed our boundaries and it reminds us of some past connection, it's probably that our inner child feels hurt, unseen, abandoned, scared. All these emotions that come to us, they may not just be our current situation, but rather than the inner child that is scared or is getting triggered. So when you focus on an inner child meditation, it's a very simple meditation where you close your eyes, you bring that awareness, and you go back and see yourself as a child. You see your childlike version in front of you, and in that moment, give that love, that feeling of being seen to that child, to that inner child that is present in you. Because no one else in this world can give those things to that child. Because according to you, according to your mind, according to your inner child, up until now, it has been hurt so many times. It is having a hard time being present, being the trusted version of yourself. You're not able to trust the child is not able to trust anyone, but you are the only one who can go to this child, give them the love, give them the attention, make them feel seen and heard. This is your responsibility. You need to go and do this. So this is a very small meditation that you can do, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and it really makes a big difference. There are other meditations too which will just let you release all the emotions. There's